If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much for joining me, Dean the Vaping Biker, back once again for another live vlog, because I've just been too busy to record something during the day. So yes, it's another live one with my hair's going all wobbly. I've got hippie hair. I've got tramp beard. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. Bags from Tesco's. It's just, you know what. Anyway, thank you very much for coming and joining me as usual. We'll start things off just with me saying a few hellos for the first 10 minutes, let a few people waiting words to let a few people get into the room, get into the live vlog, get into the chat and all that sort of good stuff, and then we'll kick off with a normal bit of vlog stuff, and then we'll go into just a bit of sort of Q&A and a bit of a chatty poos and all that sort of good stuff. So we'll do that. Now, it's not going to be an overly long one tonight. I don't anticipate it being too long. I haven't really got much stuff. As I said last week, I've been turning things down in order to make sure that I can clear my review queue, as well as concentrate on a few other bits and jobs as well, which is something that I have been looking for. So it might not be the longest one tonight, just to let you know. But let's have a few hellos and say hello to see who's in the room this evening. Hopefully there'll be lots of the lovely 4% VIP club. What have we got going on here? Mr. Todd's Reviews telling me to get a haircut. You're a cheeky monkey. Now then, what else we got here? So Ryan Lynch, hello, thanks very much for joining me. The Finch, DJ Shards, Jeff Chinnery, Liam Newton, Wolfie Smith, Louisa, bonjour Louisa, nice to see you. Eddie, hello Eddie, nice to see you, thanks for coming in. Infomatech, muchos gracias, bonjour. Ray Lawton, whoopah, Mr. Herman Vapes is in his house, so hello, thank you very much for coming and joining us. What else we got? Mick Blizzard, thank you very much for coming in. Spluck is in. Chris Dobson, Shady Vapes, 4% living it large from Louisa today, thank you very much indeed from that, Louisa. Guybrush Threepwood, these names I'm starting to remember now. I'm starting to remember a bunch of your names, so thank you very much. But that doesn't mean I will remember what you look like if we see each other at a vape event. So don't, you know, there's certain things I'm kind of okay with, but certain things I'm just useless with. Anyway. Hey, Sarah, thank you very much from Belgium. I think I just saw before I went shooting off the chat there. Debbie Sharkey highs in. There's a few of the ladies in tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies. Very kind. If you're unaware, you are part of the VIP 4% club, because less than 5% of my viewership are the ladies. Earl Grey T-Pain from Philadelphia. Thank you very much indeed. I should put my what's it called? Little filtery thing on here, really, so you don't keep hearing the sounds, but it blocks my gorgeousness. So that's not going on. Ganesha, hello, thank you very much. Kanisha, even hello from Virginia, 4%, thank you very much. Who have we got? Craig Higginbotham, Higginbotham. Hi, Dean, having a beer while watching. I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous. I have my wife just very kindly brought up a nice piping cup of tea and a little bit of cheeky product placement as well. But, you know, that's still rather hot at the moment. Deborah Connor, good evening. Thank you very much for joining me. Large limpets in the house. What else we got going on? Pablo Sal, hello for the 96%. Hello, Pablo. I see what you did there. Can't block the beautiful beard, Mike. Absolutely. But it's not looking too beautiful at the minute. It needs a bit of a tidy up, to be honest with you. It really, really does. But thank you very much. What else we got going on? Did someone just tell me to slow down? Oh no, slow the Che, Dean. Don't know what that means, but okay, James. Thank you very much indeed. Alben, hi from Pennsylvania. Bonjour to you, Pennsylvania. Lassie, hello from Finland, did I see? I think so. And you called me a handsome devil, you splendid person. Tash, he keeps going into my into the old top lips, and I have a little bit of a trim now and then, but so if I keep going funky, that'll be why. Honest, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Thanos asks which bike I'm riding. It's in the description of all the videos now. So there we go. Don't have to go into that one. Hello, nice shirt. Absolutely. Oh, I am merched up like a monster today, aren't I? I need to pop that kind of in shot the whole time. And then if I need, I can't talk. Vape and biker cap as well. You know what? Hey, look, I can go full hipster tonight. You ready? Boom. And Boom. What? Hey? Oh, tell you. Don't think it's a look for me, to be honest. Don't think it is. Right then, who else have we got? Henry Ford. Hello, Henry Ford. Marcus Swenson. Minnesota says hello. I say hello to Minnesota. So thank you very much. Joel is also calling me a Hansel Devil. Oh, you're a bunch of sweethearts. Thank you very much indeed. Great British Vapes. It's worse than Tash tickles the nose. It's worse when Tash tickles the nose hairs. Yes, yes. See, my Tash doesn't really get too kind of that way, so that's good. Occasionally I get a little one that makes me go a little bit now and then, but you know, it happens. Let the Tash grow, says DJ Shards. I'd love to. I'm full respect to the guys with big honking great big tashes, but it's not a good look for me, and it's very annoying. King Dragon, hello from Michigan. Hello to you. Eddie L, hello from Jersey. Hello to you. Looking fly with the hat and the glasses. Was it though? Was it really? I don't think it was. Hello from rainy Manchester, says Benjamin. Thank you very much. I think it's going to be hossing down here as well at some point in the near future. Looking forward to your RAM review, says Kev Robshaw. I will be having a little chat about that in a little while. So I'll be having a brief kind of thing about that one. John D, hello from Dallas. Lois is in. Hello, Lois. Dumfries Robert Jardine. Thank you very much. I've got Jardine exhausts on one of my bikes. There you go. No relation? No. Necro Goat, good evening from Germany. Is Necro Goat the name of a band? That's a pretty damn cool name if it is. Four Beach Stamp is from Germany also. Thank you very much indeed. TC Vape says hello. All Day Vapes. Well, hello from Washington. News up here. Love the show. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you, All Day Vape. What else we got going on? Moldova is Vladimir. Vladimir is such a cool name. Such a cool name. But yes, hello Moldova and hello Vlad. Do you have the Vaping Biker beach towel you can hang on the wall behind you? No, I don't. Funnily enough, should I do a Vaping Biker beach? We'll wait for next summer, shall we? And then we'll make that happen. Edmonton, Doug Melnichuk from Canada. Thank you very much indeed. What else have we got? Someone got the dead rabbit. James got his dead rabbit in today. The Cloud House, hey bud, hope you're doing. Much love from West Virginia. Hello, much love back at you. Belinda Leslaw, another 4%er. I don't remember your name, Belinda, so are you new to the club? Thank you very much anyway from Worcestershire. England, Worcestershire, as our people across the pond might call it. What else have we got? I'm a Sausage. Great name. Like that. Thank you very much indeed. What's up, bikers? Says Vaping Bachelor. Well, you know, not many things. Not many things. Woohoo, says Dave. Didn't miss this one. Yes, you're in there. You are in. Have I talked Mr. Todd out of his mod yet, out of that big bikey thing? No, I have not. No, and that's, you know, I make, you know, I could make one, I suppose. I actually bought some big old chrome pointy spiky grips so I could make a couple of mods probably about 3 years ago and did fuck all with them. Right, what else we got? Is there any more? We've got another minute left of me just saying hello, and then we're launching into things. Four Beach Stamp, he's in the 96%. Like it. What else? I think we're all pretty much in the room now, or in the live How's Your Father thingamajig what's name. I think we're all here, so we may as well kick in to things a little bit, shall we? So once again, just for those of you that are new, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to just had a 10-minute moment of just saying hello to people in the room, and then we're going to get into just a few little vlog bits, the normal bits, just showing you a couple of things that I've had, giving you a couple of ideas of experiences of things that I've been playing with over the last week, and then we'll go into a little bit of a Q&A and all that good shit, and we'll try and coach Mr. Todd out to see if he can join us for that as well. We'll see how we get on with that bad boy. But we are going to be kicking off tonight with my so far idea of the Berserker. Now, I mentioned the Berserker last week. I'm pretty sure I did, but yeah, I've been throwing a couple of things in there, and I actually stuck in a Clapton build in here yesterday. Was it yesterday? A couple of days ago. I did a sort of a live thing for my Patreon users, and I'll talk about that later. But I stuck that in here, and I wasn't too sure how a big chunky old Clapton was going to go when it comes to kind of in a mouth to lung kind of environment like this. It is is a dual coil affair, but I'm rocking it at 16.6 watts, and it came through at 0.29. And I tell you what, it's not half bad. It's actually really, really quite nice. I'm getting a nice flavor. I'm getting sort of enough vapor at that sort of 16 watts at 0.29. That's I'm more than happy with that. But it's been just a really, really nice vape. Now I got given some 50/50 juice to try out. The flavor that I put in it, I did not like that at all. So I've gone back to something I'm kind of more aware of, which is a higher VG again. And so that was another thing that I thought would be interesting to see if, even though it's got Claptons in it and I'm putting a little bit more wick coverage going on, whether it would still keep up with the wicking. And it does, which is great. Not super exciting to watch me vape that. I get that. I understand that. No big bastard clouds and all that sort of stuff, or chances of me choking myself to death. But, you know, it's actually really, really nice. So I've got a little bit more to do, and then I'll get around to doing the review. But as far as mouth to lung tanks go, on a budget, fuck yes. There we go. Boom. Now then, oh, and it is a proper mouth to lung. And I said about this, I think, I can't remember if I said this on Patreon or if I said this in the vlog. When it came to the Digi Flavor Siren, and I know Mr. Basado got one of these, and he says it needed a bigger air hole. I very, very much disagree with that. I think this has got absolutely the right size air hole for what it needs to do, or air holes plural. I'm using mine on the second smallest hole, and it's doing just a fucking grand job, to be honest with it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I'm loving being able to get the battery life and the flavor and all that sort of stuff. I still don't think it's the same amount of flavor that you get from having good gobs of cloud going in your mouth, but it's still not bad. Thank you very much indeed to Crazy Canuck. $2 Canadian dollars contributed to the channel. That's very kind of you. I forgot about that on the super chat, just to let you know. And once again, I'm not going to go on about it, but there is a Patreon option. If you look in the description of this video, not a Patreon, I'm not talking about that yet. A PayPal, can't get my words out. A PayPal option. If you look in the description, there's a link to PayPal me, and that means that money comes directly to me. And I think I might get a sort of a conversion thing from PayPal, but on the whole, what I pay is a lot less than the 30% that YouTube takes away from any super chat comments. So thank you very much to anyone that does want to use super chat. That's brilliant if you do, but there is the PayPal me thing underneath in the description if you want to use that, so PayPal don't get your money, because I have once again had a royal arsing from PayPal this week, which has been splendid. It's been a hoot, and I've been going back and forth with a bunch of emails to try and understand what's going on, and you just can't get them to answer a question outright. I keep getting loads of kind of copy and pasted answers and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, all I did find out was, and recently, was that when I am yellow badged, so when things are going through the review process, and they may not be advertiser friendly, then you're not earning anything, apparently. So that's nice. And so that means that for the first 1,000, at least, people that watch the video, which happens very, very quickly, then fuck all, nothing. Thank you very much. Cheers, YouTube. Much appreciated. Now then, I'm sorry if you hear me slurping then. That's not very British and gentlemanly, is it? I do apologize. Now then, so let's have a think about I've got to have a little think about this. Is messy. I've got to tidy this up. Oh, hang on. Boom. Can you see that? There we go. Look, skull action. Should we turn the phone off on silent as well? Should we do that? Let's do that, shall we? I tell you, not professional. Do you come here to this channel to look at professional stuff? The normal reviews I try and record professionally, and this is just going to be just a whole mess of stuff generally. So let's have a little look, quick check back over what's been going on over the last week and what I've released, because quite frankly, I've got no idea. So let's have a little look and check out what's come out from the Vaping Biker Camp over the last few days. Now, last week, obviously, we did the vlog on a Tuesday because it was a bank holiday or a public holiday. And yeah, so that was a thing. Oh, there's a couple of people there. Vaping Biker, is that another skull on your shelf? Well, that one there, yes, there's one. He's been around for a while, but that's you know, that's a thing. Then we've got, oh, I've got to go 3D. We've got that one there. I don't know if we called him a name. It might have been Brian. I'm not sure. And then up here, oh, there's Dave, who's sitting up there. So there we go, Scullage. It's the way forward, you know, it's the way forward. Right then. Okay, so videos. Once again, I'll come into the Q&A sections and stuff in a bit. But let's have a little look at the videos. So, New Gear and Shenanigans. That was about a week ago, 29th of August. Was that last week? That was last week. So, let's go. We did the Vape Fest interview with Flitzy and all that sort of good stuff. I hope if you watched that video, I hope you enjoyed it, because I was trying to do something a little bit different, because I've completely forgotten to record any of my audio, because I'm an idiot, right up until the Sunday afternoon when I did the Flitzy interview. I wanted to sort of have a nice little kind of challenge when it comes to how I could produce a video, how I could give it kind of not necessarily a cinematic look, but a very kind of modern, funky feel that you see on sort of YouTube videos and stuff. And I think I did that reasonably okay. So I'm really quite proud of that video. So yeah, and also obviously in the middle bit you've got the interview with Flitzy, who is just an awesome guy who's been in vaping for a long fucking time. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Then after that we did the hybrid mech from Vapor's Cloud, very much like that. Once again, not a huge hard hitter, but it's not terrible. I know from the comments, quite a few people didn't like the separation on this one, and the surprising thing was that I didn't get many of people saying they didn't like the separation on the XXX, but on this one they did. So I don't know if the copper kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. I don't know the answer to that one, but no, as far as the actual mech goes, I like it. It's super comfy to hold, and you can see that I've been using it still. That's why it's patinaed since doing the review only a few days ago. But yeah, that was a thing. After that, we did the Mini Buddha V2, which is sitting on top of that. And once again, really like that RDA. I think it just works really well. I've had no problems whatsoever, and just think it's the business. So I'm all over that bad boy. Then after that, and I've got to be careful here, I also did a quick new thing today. Now, I originally recorded a video via kind of webcams and stuff so I could record it directly to YouTube, and it came out rubbish and it looked shit. So I quickly kind of took that off and then thought, right, I'm going to have to go and do things properly, which meant then I kind of had to pull together a little bumper for the start of it, just for quick tips, and so the plan is a playlist on my channel of having quick tips in 5 minutes or under, just about stuff. So if there's anything that you guys ever want to see a quick tip on, then by all means, please do leave your idea in the comments down below. I'm always up for that one, but so far, I mean, I've got a list of things that I want to do quick 5-minute videos or under. So it's going to be things like, you know, from the easy parts of snipping off leads to when you're installing coils, to all sorts of things. There'll be all sorts of things. But today was just a kind of a how you use the big fat squidgy bottle when you're trying to fill up the DNA 75C. So hopefully that will be of some help to someone, but it started off my 5-minute video, so that should be interesting. It's not going to take place for any of the reviews, but it's just kind of stuff in the sort of meantime, if you like. Now then, once again, I will get to chat in a little while. I'm just getting through the vloggy stuff first, and then we are good to go. Fuck me, we've already been going 20 minutes, although 10 minutes of that was me saying hello to people. So, I noticed there that somebody's saying they're showing the love by hitting the thumbs up button, and thank you very much indeed for that. Next to the video down below, that would be lovely if you don't mind. Very kind of you. It helps me out. Thank you. Louis says, quick tip that people ask me about how to polish mech mods. Yeah, well, I included that. I've included that in a bunch of different videos, and I think I even did a super basic mech polishing video a year or two ago that looks dodgy af, but you know, it's there. It's a thing. So yes, it's going on. Mary Beth says she wants to see me watch. I want to see him oil that beast of a beard. Do you though? Do you really? Maybe there, you know, there's those channels on YouTube of just people speaking really quietly and really softly to help you relax. Maybe I just do a whole video on people going and stroking their beard. There's a niche market right there. Let's make that happen. Right. Oh, dear. I even had enough sleep last night. I don't know why I'm losing my mind. I really don't. Anyway, so what's come in? I think, do you know what? I'm not entirely sure if anything much new has come in. I did get some new coils and new atomizers for my pipes. Did I tell you about those last week? I don't think I did. But these have basically got larger wick holes, so it handles VG a lot better. So I can now vape like a sir. With with this bad boy and the and high VG with no problems whatsoever, which is quite nice. One thing I did also get in was some of this Nata e-liquid that I know a lot of people have been losing their mind about recently, and I've never had a Portuguese custard tart, I don't think, but yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I will spend a little bit more time with that one, but I have got another bottle which may go into the next raffle as well. So yeah, that's going to happen. I am also in the process of still trying to plan out a raffle, and I'm in the process of still trying to design t-shirts. You'd think I would have nothing but time because I don't release many videos, but no, not at all. So yeah, that's the thing. Now then, we have got this. So this has garnered a lot of interest of late. This is the Watofo Ram Squonker. This is the full resin affair. And yeah, it's a thing. It's certainly a thing. It actually feels really nice in the hand, and it's actually quite thin as well. There's a tiny amount of overhang on the sides there for a 24mm atomizer, but nothing to really lose your mind about. But it feels nice right up until the point when you have to fire it. And this button is just awful. I hate it. It's a truly terrible button. I cannot understand why they've not gone for a full mech with this one, because what they've done is they've actually soldered a wire to go from the bottom plate, which on the little pamphlet that it comes with says is the negative, and they've soldered a wire from that onto the connector on the button itself. Now, where it's changed from the previous one is that there is now an insulator between that connector and the button. So if you try and bridge these two, it doesn't actually then make the atomizer fire by itself, which is a good thing, obviously. But it also means that it's weird. I don't like it. And it means you can't take the button out because there is the wire is soldered to that sort of contact on the inside there. And I don't like that button, and it's a really stiff throw on it as well. And so vaping on it is it's just a bit of aggro. It doesn't seem to perform too badly, to be fair, so that's one thing in its favor. But yeah, I mean, I kind of, you press the button and you think you're firing it, and it's not. I mean, normal pressure, giving it some beans, and I don't. Yeah, so I'm a huge not fan of the button in this. Like I said, the box is made really nicely, but yeah, the button is gash. To be honest with you, it's just big steam and piles of gash. So not a huge fan on that one. What I will do is I am going to be testing the poop out of the insulators and stuff and the wiring on this one, and seeing if, you know, if it has any issues with kind of really low builds or anything like that, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, as far as it goes, it feels nice right up until the point of having to fire it. But like I say, it does seem to perform. Also catching up a little bit on last week from when I had the keel mod from whoever these people are. Can't remember the name of them. Who are they? Who are they? Can't remember. But I'm still really enjoying that. I popped a couple of different builds in the old Hadley since I've been using this one, and this one I actually am getting on nicely with. So yeah, it's doing rather well. So yeah, if we can refrain from going on about advertising other stuff, that would be lovely. Thank you very much indeed. At least without asking. It's a bit rude to advertise your channel without asking, isn't it? Isn't it? It is. Manners don't cost anything. Mr. Mojo asks if there's any audio lag. Have you tried refreshing your browser? If you refresh your browser, it might work fine and dandy. Also, if you're trying to view it in 1080, I don't know if it's coming through in 1080, but drop that down to 720. That might help as well. But there we go. That's the thing. That's the thing. Now then, I don't honestly think there is anything else to talk to you about, anything new. I have been there is something. I think I told you last week about the conspiracy RDA that you have to put together. It's not the fact that you just have to build the what's the name? What's it called? Coil on it. You actually have to put the whole RDA together, assemble all the posts and insulators and O-rings and all that sort of stuff. And so that's, I'm not really a huge fan of that one. Conspiracy. There we go. Is that what I just called it? I just called it conspiracy, didn't I? Anyway, it's conspiracy. As far as the vape quality and all that sort of stuff, so far what it is a kind of a postless deck. So you do have some posts that you stick your coils banging in over the top of. These are about time for a change now, as you can see. Yeah, it's got pretty much no juice well, very tiny little juice well going on there. The O-rings aren't the tightest in the world, although if I shook the mod there, that would fall off. So I don't know if I'd really want to over squonk and hope that those O-rings stop the juice from going down onto my my thing, but I will test that out. I don't know if I'm reviewing this or not, to be honest with you, but I will keep you updated in the vlogs for it, if nothing else. But no, it's all right. It's not the quietest. It's not the quietest. And that's with the airflow kind of maybe 2/3 open, something along those lines. And I mean, it's all right. The flavor is all right on it. It seems to be pretty well as a performer. Is it anything different? Don't know. I don't really think it is. But no, I am going to be looking at this, just realizing that I'm belching and hiccuping and not really paying attention to myself too. Yeah, I do apologize for being terribly rude. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to review it or not, but I was told that I believe that they now have them in black as well as the stainless or silver version now. Is that 3C Vape? Who is this? Who is this? Was it 3C Vape that sent it to me? I can't remember. I don't think it was. Let me just check on this, because I did have a message, I think yesterday or this morning, telling me about stuff. So I am going to tell you now. Here we go. Conspiracy RDA in black. Boom. What's the company name? Fusion Vape Limited. Fusion Haze in the UK apparently has them, and in black also. So there you go. If that sort of thing excites you, they're there. I don't know how much they are. So I mean, if they're kind of under 40 quid, I imagine that might not be too bad. That might not be too bad a deal. Certainly looks very pleasant. It's got a very much a kind of a goon kind of vibe going on with it. But yeah, it's a slightly different build deck, and I am going to be throwing some more builds in there before I tell you exactly what my thoughts are on it. But no, I think that's about it. I think that's about it when it comes to a vloggy stuff. That's only a 20-minute look. Hey, what? Tell you. Oh, lovely. Now then, I'm sure I might be forgetting something. I might be forgetting something. Thank you so much to, once again, I've had another week of a load of people asking if they can send me coils. I really, really do appreciate it. But I have a drawer down here literally full of coils. I really do. And so, yeah, like I've said before, I don't like popping a coil in and then taking it out after a day or two because I'm testing a product. And I very rarely get to put the coils into something and then leave them in there for any period of time. So, yeah, it's something that I possibly will do a little bit more of. But, you know, I can't review coils and I don't like wasting them because people work hard to make them. But thank you very much for the offers. Just no more. That's fine. Thank you. We're all right. We're good. Right then, what else have we got going on? So I think we are pretty much, look, Wang has given me $5 Canadian though. Thank you very much indeed, and loving the videos, much appreciated. Thank you so much. Once again, if you want to use the PayPal me thing that's under in the description, it stops YouTube taking 30% of that super chat money into their own pockets. So but thank you very much indeed. Now then, what else have we got on? I think we can probably look out. Mike Vapes is in the house. Bonjour, Mr. Mike Vapes. How are we doing? Had a lovely time actually with Mike Vapes of Vapor Chronicles and Vaping Fagan on their show. Thursday night, was it Thursday night? It was Thursday night, and yeah, it knocked me on my ass on Friday because I was literally up until 5 in the morning. But no, it was awesome. I had a great time, and yeah, we had a really good laugh, I think. And it was nice to be able to sort of interact with those guys because I've not had the chance to be able to sit down and chat to them before. So it was really cool, and I had a really good time. Hopefully, if you haven't seen the show, go and check it out, see what you think, let me know. But no, I think they're a good old bunch. And it was a good giggle. So thank you very much for having me on, Mr. Vapes. So what else have we got going on? I think we can probably get into a few questions and answers. If you fancy, oh, hang on, the Vape team takeover. Have we? Who else have we got? Who else from the Vape team's in? Did I miss somebody coming in from the Vape team? Did I? How rude of me. I do apologize if I did. That's shocking. Bryce is away. He's gone. Right. So if you want Todd's reviews, you got to shout in the chat, come on, Todd, or get out of your shed, or do something, or, you know. And we'll try and get Mr. T into the chat as well for a few questions and answers. So this is a bit of the stream, as you guys have seen it before, will already know. If you've got any particular questions you want to ask me, please don't ask me about what's my favorite Squonkum, mech, regulated mod, RDA, whatever. I've talked about it a bunch of times just because I can't give you a favorite, because it's like saying what's your favorite drink. It all depends on where you're at any given time. The Vapor Chronicles, Brian's in. Oh, hello, Brian. Sorry, I missed you. Here he is. Mr. Todd's in the house. How are you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad, young man. I was waiting. You said you were going to talk about the Patreon stuff, so I was going to come in after that.
No, I was going to talk about that right to the end, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah? I didn't want to be here when you were talking about it, because I'll just take the piss out of you.
Yeah, of course you will. But yes, so good day, Mr. T.
I had a excellent day. No, good. Actually, I haven't. I've had a crap day. You know, when you get an ATI, you get an, well, I've told you this already, we've spoken about it, but you get an atomizer in and you just cannot get it to work. Yeah. I've spent all day fighting with an ATI. So it's not been fun.
Nice.
But yeah, reviewing's dead easy. So
yeah, it's piss, isn't it? Now I've had a couple of things that, luckily, because I don't review tanks these days, and I have found that I'm just totally out of the loop on building tanks for some reason. You'd think it was just super easy, but I end up having just real twatty problems and end up spending an hour trying to build things to make it right, and then it'll leak or do something silly. But you get there in the end. Can't review everything.
You do.
Right, so you've got a little bit of love going on in the chat there, Mr. T. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Understandable. It's my old old man looks. That's what it is.
That's something like that. Either that or the slightly kind of horror film background with the green shimmer of light going over your right shoulder.
I thought, would you like? I can do pink just for you.
You can get screwed.
I know. It's just it's not. No, that's not really pink, is it? No. Why is it that manufacturers keep sending you pink stuff, though?
I don't know. I'm sure it's one of these things that because they see that I've Instagrammed something pink, someone somewhere goes, oh, he likes pink, I'll send him a pink mod. And then it just sort of self-perpetuates and just fucking super annoying. Now, Legion Vape says, Vaping Biker and Todd's Reviews, I have no queries today. I just want to thank you both for all you do and how much work you both put into it. Thank you very much indeed, Legion Vape. That's very kind of you.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to point out I put in more work than Dean does.
Get away. Get away. Do you know how that little quick 5-minute video thing, the quick look, the quick tip thing that I've just started doing, the bumper that lasts literally 5 seconds took me about an hour and a half to do, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, but that 5-minute video was longer than 5 minutes. I'm telling you.
But the main bit was 5 minutes. It doesn't count the kind of the intro bit and the cloud at the end. And it doesn't sound as good when you say quick tips videos in 5 minutes and 15 seconds or less. Just a bit on the shit side. Go on. What? Sorry.
On you go.
Because Steve is asking, how many mods atomizers have you had to modify to make them work properly? Go on. You can take that away.
Not for a long time now. When I first started reviewing, it used to be part of that was the fun of reviewing back then, when the Chinese mods and mechs and all that started, was actually modifying them to get them to work properly. You don't really have to do that anymore.
Yeah, and I think we don't expect it, do we? If we get anything that needs modification, we all kind of go, well, fucking what? Even though back in the day we were knackering drill bits galore trying to get through IGO W caps and whatever else.
Was that the first ATI that you drilled out?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
And I swear the top caps are made of just the hardest steel in the world ever. But what else have we got going on? Any other questions going on? Have you seen anything that I may have missed?
Hang on, I've got to get my calipers out. I've got to check something.
No,
I've just been asked a question, and it's 50 millimeters in diameter.
What?
My watch. Somebody just asked. Craig just asked. So I just thought I would check.
Well, there you go. That's a big one, sir. No, I had that before. Anyway, do you have to dig your way out of that room? Is there a door? Well, this room here, Benjamin, with the wall. Look, the shadow. Look, that really does look like a wall with the shadow and stuff now, doesn't it? That's not a wall. What else have we got? Let's have a look and see if we've got any questions going on here. Vaping Biker, me and Vaping Bromeo have been loving the Patreon content. Thank you very much, Louisa. Vaping Biker, is Todd's LP any different this week? Are you listening to anything different in the old music-y thing?
I'm terribly sorry. It's still Gary Newman, but I'm listening to the second LP now.
Oh, is it a fucking one of them?
A gatefold.
There you go. One of them bad boys.
You wouldn't know that stuff. You're not old enough. You're not.
Hey, no, I've got an Adam and the Ants one, I think.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh man. Well, again, I know what I'm going to be listening to later on. I'm just going to put that on my playlist. Excuse me.
What else we got going on? Mike Vapes was fooled. Was that because you're thinking that was a door? A wall? Was it? See? Crazy camera magic. Vaping Biker and Todd's Reviews. I want to say thank you for helping me get through the days of chronic pain. Doesn't let me sleep. You guys fucking rock. I can understand your pain there, Mr. Crazy Canuck. I have very similar issues quite a lot, and so I'm really pleased that in some way you find us yabbering on about random stuff to be helpful and help. It might help you sleep if nothing else. Vaping Biker at Todd's Reviews. Alex Brewer asks, do you have fave build for custards like nata?
Me personally, I don't think that custards should be vaped below 0.5.
Okay, so is that, do you use like a round wire spaced or just a contact coil, or is that one of your 27 gauge 7 wrap jobs?
I have no idea what you just said there, but it's silver and it's round. I usually use 26 or 27 gauge coming out at 0.5 Canfield A1 round wire.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Fair enough. Loving your work. I still have issues building over 0.5 now, unless I really think about it.
Yes, you don't have to keep using fence wire. That's the secret.
No, I don't. 26 gauge. I love 26 gauge stainless steel. It's like my favorite wire because you can do so much with it. Now then, I only La Flames asks, I only have one question. Does your Admiral 2700 completely close with a 2700 battery between the tube part and where the RDA goes? Can you check? Check out my Admiral review. That should probably have that in there for you, La Flame. Hopefully that will help. Chris Dobson says, Vaping Biker, there was a guy who kept me up last night seeing Prince Charming outside my window at 2 a.m. I tried telling him to shut up, but, but he was adamant. Christopher Egger is going to keep asking this until we get into it. Oh, he's asking us both if there's any mate-to-lung RDAs that you can recommend for a mech squonker. It's a little bit like saying, have you got a favourite mate-to-lung RDA? But there you go. Anything you would like to recommend, sir?
Anything I'm going to recommend is going to be around £100.
Yes,
and that's what I've got, and what I'm recommending would be all old RDAs.
Fair enough.
So I don't honestly know anything current, cool, and trendy. I'm sorry, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to this stuff.
Would the Nardar be in there?
Yes, the Nardar would be in there. The Soul S, the Haku.
Mouth to lung, does it go really that tight?
You can get it that tight. It's not really designed. Oh, the NYX, that's good. You can get a good mouth to lung on that. But everything else I have is yeah, they are actually the only squonking RDAs I use.
Fair enough. I would go with, if you want proper mouth to lung, I would go for the No Legal from No Pity.
Yes. Oh well, sorry, I'm thinking 22s and so on. There's a whole 14 mils, 16 mil, 18 mils. There's a whole raft of them that you can go for.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right, let's have a little look here. La Flame is how I already did, and nothing similar mentions. You only mentioned about the battery, which fits hardly. What? Don't really understand why he's saying this. So I'm going to get my Admiral out and pop a 2700 battery in here to see what he's talking about. If I can put it around the right way around.
Sorry, I'm just reading. Christopher Egger saying La Concorde RDA for mouth to lung. Good point. There's one I've never actually tried, but I have to read out Flying Sumo's. He's just got back from Cyprus. Tip: don't put your mod in the grass under your sunbed. Insect into the drip tip, and he took a big deep hit, and it fucked his day right up.
What else? What there is? Oh, Admiral. Hang on. Let me I've got to do this Admiral thing, otherwise I'll forget. Look, hold you on a tick. Now, one thing that I was wondering is the Flame, is he using the battery adjuster thing under there? So before I get into doing this anymore, oops, before I get into doing this anymore and find the little battery adjuster, tell me if you're using that first and closing it up properly once your RDA is on top. So please let me know about that before anything else, Mr. or Mrs. LaFlame. Right, what else have we got going on here? Loving the beard, my friend, says VWG Reviews. Thank you very much indeed.
Guy Brush, blah, 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 blah. Are you getting the? I know you spoke about it. I got an email today. That Cthulhu mouth to lung. Are you going for that?
No.
No.
Did we today?
Yeah, well, that's what it said in the email. That it's mouth to lung.
No. Is it from Cthulhu Mods or is it from someone else?
No, the one with off center.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, no. We tried the off-center drip tip with the Hayes dripper tank about 1 million years ago, and everybody hated it then. So I'm pretty sure things aren't going to have changed. Gary Munns to Vaping Biker Todd's Reviews. What charger do you both use, and any recommendations for a 6+ charging slots? I personally, I've had some Nightcore chargers that I've got Nightcore D4, so I've got a D4 and a D2 here at the moment. I have got a D4 downstairs as well. I've had them for like 1 million years, and so I've had no problems with it whatsoever. So that's what I've been using. I am always looking at other chargers as well, but I haven't really found the need to go out and buy one as yet.
Yeah, I've been using an X-Star VC4, I think, and I've been using it forever, and it's never let me down.
Excellent. Right. The Flame says, of course. So now that means I've got to find my little thing that I just lost. Hold you on. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
There's Danger Mouse. Hello, David. Vaping Biker Todd Reviews. When you get a new Yeti to review, do you first test it on a tried and trusted mod, or the other way around for mods?
Whenever I get a new Yeti, I put it on just a whole mess of different mods, just to see how it fits and see, kind of make sure that the 510 pin isn't too long, that doesn't destroy any different bits and bobs and things and stuff and what have you. So yeah, there you go. That answers that one.
Yeah, I'll just throw it on whatever else I'm testing at the time. So yeah. Don't have any preference. Don't have any preference. Have you tried, from Alex Wintermute, have you tried the MCV Atomic V2, I think it is?
I haven't. Have you? I don't even know what it is.
No, I remember that. Is the Atomic not a really old? The V1 is ancient, isn't it? Is that not like old as in old as me type thing? I'm not sure.
Getting to that old, to be fair.
Yeah, cool.
Just a quick one for Alex Wintermute. Yeah, I've just after altering the little "How's your father" underneath the thing, then underneath the top cap there, yeah, I have no problem closing it up with a 2700 battery, and this is an Amp King, which I think is pretty much the same as the iJoy and all that sort of stuff. So 2700, boom, done. Question answered.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. It's the guys are saying the Nightcore i8. Is that the one with the batteries charged vertically?
Yes, I think Mr. Vapes and Vapor Chronicles, Brian and Mike, all had one of those on the show on Thursday, actually.
Yeah.
And I think Mike had one for sure. And yeah, look, I haven't seen one. I actually saw one at Expo earlier in the year.
Mike was the only one that didn't have one.
Ah, right. Okay. But yeah, I saw one at the whoops, just pressed a button and things all went funky. I saw one at Expo, but I haven't actually used one. So yeah, that's the thing.
There you go. Tony's e-cig stuff. At Todd, at Dean, what's your honest opinion on the Kanga Drip Box 160? We've both reviewed it.
There we go. Boom. There it's old. It does its trick. It's not brilliant. Temp control's a bit shit, a bit underpowered, but we've both reviewed it. So go and check out those reviews if you'd like to know any more.
But in summary, if you're after a Joe 18650 squonker, I think it's good. I thought it was good.
Absolutely. Somebody has just asked there, because they've not watched my review clearly. Bobbins05, Vaping Bike, if you don't clean the inside of a copper RDA like the Buddha V2, is it bad for you? Yes. It's just going to upset the taste and all that sort of stuff, and it'll patina and it'll go nasty and it'll go just a bit crap because there's copper and there's condensation that just sits on there. So you do have to keep up on the cleaning of any kind of copper RDAs or copper pins even in the RDAs. David Mottram, thank you. He's still using your old Heretic, Mark. Oh, he's still using your old Heretic. I think he won that in one of your raffles. You'll be pleased to know it's covered in custard and my Eagle dog's hair, keeping it as it should be. Guybrush 3 is asking my first impressions of the Nightcore magnetic stirrer, and this is the bane of my existence because I really want to get the reviewer video out for it, but the things that I've been planning haven't worked out, so that didn't happen. And then I go to record stuff, and it just. But as far as do I think it helps, I think it will help speed up your steeping time. I think it helps with the mixing, and particularly for me, because I can't sit here for half an hour and just shaking the fuck out of a bottle. So for me it helps without a doubt, and it doesn't take away the steeping time, but it does reduce it a little bit, in my opinion. Boom, there you go, that's that one. Hairboy, my copper goon is turning my cotton green. Is it normal? If you've not cleaned the inside of it, then yes it is. Clean the crap out of the inside of it. Hairboy 101. Vaping Biker and Todd's reviews. I'm looking to get my first RDA. What would you recommend? There is a lot. There is a lot on offer these days. Anything that you would suggest, Mr. T?
Something cheap and cheerful. Something Vandy Vape with tofu and all that kind of stuff. Something sub £30. I wouldn't spend too much on one. And go and brush up on, go to steam-engine.org and brush up on your Ohm's law before you do anything.
Absolutely. And also, I've done a building coils for beginners quite some time ago. The quality is a bit crap on it, but the video, I'm quite proud of that. It seems to have helped quite a few people. So go and check that out if it does help at all. But yeah, as Mark says, with a lot of the Vandy Vape stuff coming out now, a lot of the Geek Vape, a lot of the coil, there's a lot of really affordable stuff kicking through at the moment, which is super easy to build on. And of course, you've got the Dead Rabbit, which is so easy to build, it's ridiculous.
A lot of people are asking about the Lost Vape Therian bottom feeder. Do you have anything to say about that?
Nothing. Well, I mean, if you went back and saw my original Therian bottom feeder review and then saw my Paranormal DNA 75C review, then it's essentially a mixture of the two. So it's, it is what it is. I showed today, I did a quick 5-minute how-to for using the extra refill bottle, which is something you get with the 75C that you didn't get with the previous one, which is super helpful. But as far as a little DNA 75C squonker goes, it's great. It fits 24mm atomizers comfortably, single battery, as long as you're not trying to push it to the max the whole time, then where you're not going to get very good battery life. It does a grand job. It doesn't leak.
That's the big thing. It doesn't leak compared to a lot of the earlier ones leaked.
Absolutely. They've changed an O-ring, fixing that.
It's not damaging the battery, getting the battery in and out. And the door that goes against the battery, it doesn't have the clips on it like the original one does. So I'm finding that easier to get in and out as well. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's a dead easy little bit of kit to use. Works marvelously, and the fun of the DNA 75C, if you do want to have a little play with it, means that fuck, I've still not done my 75C thing. Bugger. It's a great little mod to play with. How long do you let your Dark Star bottle shot steep for us, Dominic Pelosi? Depends on what flavor you're getting. If it's a very fruity flavor, you don't really need to worry about it. If it's custard, then a couple of weeks. Don't forget the recoil for $30 US. Pretty sure Herman Vapes. The recoil or the Rebel? Is it the recoil? Rebel? What the fuck's it called? Rebel's a new one, isn't it?
Yes. Was the recoil the first one? Yes, it was the reload that was something I'm thinking of completely different. Yes, there we go. So don't forget the recoil for $30 USD. Pretty sure I'm yes, I mean they're great. They're great things. Hopefully, I will have the Rebel soon. Hopefully, we'll see. What else have we got going on here? I did get offered it off a second person yesterday. And I went, no, I've got one coming from somewhere else.
Cheers. Thanks. Thank you.
It'd be too angry for you. You can be dead. And it's under 100 quid. So, you know, what's the point?
Yeah, I'm saying nothing.
Now then, Flying Sumo asks if we'll both be at Expo on Sunday, 29th of October. Yes, is the answer to that one. Are you looking forward to that one now?
I am, yes. I am. I'll leave it at that. Yes, I am. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be awesome. I think. Well, yeah, I love it. I will be probably very tired by Sunday afternoon, but yeah, I'll be there from Thursday, and I'll be leaving probably kind of mid to probably about 4 o'clock time on the Sunday afternoon. Someone's looking for a Frankenskull. Well then, there's a lot of people in exactly the same boat as you. What else have we got? Vaping Biker Todd's reviews. What one product has surprised us the most with regards to sort of how good it is? Asked Daniel Carter Sewell.
The Coilmaster DIY kit. I'd be lost without it. Seriously,
you're absolutely right. You are.
All kidding aside, out of all the fancy mods and all the fancy atties, the one thing, if I'm going anywhere, that I grab is my Coilmaster DIY kit.
Definitely.
I'd just like to point out that I am not sponsored in any way by Coilmaster.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. Because Coilmaster is sponsoring a bunch of people at the minute, just because we like them, we're not sponsored by them. But no, you're right. That does come to me to every single event I go to. It just makes life so much easier.
The little one, the mini kit's good.
Yeah, I like the bigger one because you can have your own reader in there, and you can just put other shit in there as well. The little one's a nice kind of dinky little one to be carrying around, and especially if you've got a regulated mod with you. But here we go. Gary Munns is asking us both, what's your pairing with your morning coffee or tea?
Mine's is easy. It's I take it you're referring to juice. If it's referring to juice, well, it's goose juice.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I rather do like my Offended by Fenders, Vaping Biker, copyright. And also I really like the where's it gone? I've got it here somewhere. I swear I had it. The stuff from Mr. Coil Builder Man. Fuck me, what have I done with that? Oh, there we go. The Turkish blend. I'll put it in my new organizational thing over there. Really enjoying that as well. It just complements coffee really nicely. Also, Donut Pounder from the Epic Hides range from Mr. Green. Brilliant with coffee.
Yeah. There's a good question.
What's
in
that?
The aftermath of Vape Fest, I take it that is, do you think the market in general is leading towards squonking now, or is it just the current big thing?
Well, do you want to take that first?
No, after you.
Squonking's been around for a long time in various forms. But this kind of incarnation of it just certainly seems to be taking more kind of momentum than it always used to be. For me, it always seemed that squonkers were kind of very pushed onto the kind of high enders, the more expensive stuff, the high ohm, low power kind of builds and all that sort of stuff. So for me, things started changing massively when 2 years ago, I got the M-Vapes Dual 18650 parallel mech squonker. That was a beast. And I think I've got it up here still. And for me, it just changed the game because it meant that I could build low and I could get clouds from a squonker without springs collapsing and all that sort of stuff. And that was this big bastard here. So, I mean, that is a big lump of a mod. And inside there, you're banging your big old bottle and a couple of batteries either side, and then you can squonk your face off for as long as you like. And that for me, was a game changer. But I think we're going to see a lot more of them, and I think we're going to see a lot more higher powered, regulated versions in the near future as well.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to become mainstream at any point. No, I can't say it. No, no. I don't think it'll become mainstream at any point. Not as long as people are having to use rebuildables.
You think? You think that's going to be the thing?
If somebody can come up with something that will go on top of a squonker, maybe it already exists, that takes a pre-built coil, then until that point, I don't think it'll become mainstream.
Gotcha. Gotcha. See, I had an idea about an RDA for things with pre-built coils years ago. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, bet someone else is going to do it now. Which is better, Grant's vanilla custard or goose juice?
Ah, that's Grant's vanilla custard was my all-day vape for a very, very long time until Grant started doing these sales where you could only buy it once in a blue moon type thing.
Yeah.
So at that point, I then went to goose juice as my all-day vape.
Gotcha.
As to which one's better, say nothing.
Are you still getting on nicely with the Nata stuff, by the way?
Yeah, that's my last bottle. That's my last bottle.
Look how much left of that one I've got. I've got loads left of that one.
Tell you, what was that? That's 102. That's 2 weeks ago. I got 180 mil. That's 120 I've gone through already.
Good work.
Ridiculous.
Right. Are there any other questions that we may have missed? Do you guys think the EU is going to clamp down on vaping any further? What do you think about that one?
Well, whatever acronym they're using now, I mean, they can change it on the fly now, anyway. So in the UK, they can pretty much do what they like.
And the fact that they're rubbish at communicating anything, then things could change and none of us would know about it.
Yeah.
Which is splendid. If only we had some advocacy in this country that could help us with that.
Yeah. Danger Mouse David is saying that No Name tried a Squonkatty that takes Aspire BBC coils. I had a huge Steam Monkey. Oh, that's going back some. Steam Monkey made one that took Kanger coils. See, I'm full of shit. It has been done. Thanks, David. Thank you.
Right, that's it. You got to get yourself one now just to see what it's like. With regards to the EU clamping down a little bit more, I think we're in danger of a little bit of a harder hand pushing down upon us in the near future. There's a lot of companies that are trying their best to kind of find loopholes and all that sort of stuff, and I think that there's the potential of things to get a lot worse for us, but we'll have to see. Go on.
No, the crazy Canadian is just saying I can buy another bottle of Nata if you want to ship it to you, but it's now for sale in the UK. Thank you anyway.
Marvelous. Marvelous. Vincent Mapano is asking if I've got the Berserker RTA yet, and yes, I have, and yes, it is. Boom. There you go. That's our answer. You haven't, because I'm more specialer than you.
You said it, mate. You are special.
Don't know if your channel could cope with an RTA mouse to lung for under, I don't know, 80 quid, could it?
Don't get out of bed for that. Sfumesto, yeah, did you mention that last week about Sfumesto, about the 25mm one? And they've also got a brand new one coming as well.
It looked that way, didn't it? It was a week or two back now, because I didn't know. I'd seen a post about it, and I didn't know if Sfumesto had released 2 more tanks without actually telling anyone, which seemed a bit weird.
I know one of them's just the Prime. The Prime's the brand new one, but then there's is it the Prime that's the brand new one? But then the other one's just a rehash of the V5, but in 25 mil.
Don't know. They've got the 2 mil one now, haven't they? So the TPD one for the V5. But yeah, as far as whatever else is available at the moment, I don't really know. It's tank, isn't it? Don't do tanks.
Yeah.
That's why I watch you.
That's your first mistake. There'll be some educated person in chat shall no doubt inform us.
Absolutely, absolutely. What else we got going on here? I go through a lot of juice a day. If you're both using, how much juice do you go through? We've answered that a few times, Gary, and it depends what we're vaping, what we're testing, and all that sort of stuff. I'll generally get between 15 and 35 mil, 10 to 35 mil a day, probably thereabouts.
Yeah, I'm the same. It really, I mean, that's one ATI I'm testing just now. I'm vaping at 16 watts, and another one I'm vaping at 55 watts. So it just kind of changes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right. There we go. So unless there's any more questions coming from the chat, we are going to be hanging up our boots for the evening. But yeah, make sure that you start them off with that Vaping Biker or at Todd's Reviews. Simon Rogers is asking at Vaping Biker how long to steep you're offended by fenders. I think the V2 particularly, I think you can get away with that vaping it pretty much straight away. But the longer you allow that to steep, the sort of the thicker that flavor gets and the richer that caramel vibe comes. In my little opinion, anyway.
There's a question for me. Obviously, it's for me. He's put your name down, but it's a mistake. Timeout's asking, why do 2 single-core Clapton stainless steel Cantle fused with 40-grade nichrome 6 wrap at 0.15 ramp up so damn slow? Dean.
So what's that? Is that you didn't mention what size cores you're looking at there? My personal favourites are 26 gauge stainless steel cores with 38 gauge Canthal or 40 gauge, but 38 gauge is preferable because I think you get a better vapor. If you go too thin, you lose any of that kind of connection in between the Clapton parts because it's so thin. It's great to look at and it's great to build, but I don't think it does anything rather than kind of a thick flattened wire. But yeah, the 2 single cores stainless steel 26 gauge, and for me it heats up nice and sharply. I think I've got it on here. I don't know if I've got any juice, so I should probably check that. Fuck it, I'll just put some down it. But yeah, for me it doesn't take any problems at all. But also when it comes to mechs, I also do make sure that I purge a mech before giving it a good old suck. So yeah.
Dear Mr. Vaping Biker,
hello, sir.
Could you please explain what purge means?
Purge is blowing, it's exhaling before inhaling, and that gives the electricity a chance to get up into the coil and get around there and start heating it up. What? It does. That's you know, science.
Yeah, somebody with a beard and a black t-shirt came up with that, I'm telling you.
It totally does. That's the thing.
Andy Batten's asking, guys, what are you both reviewing next?
Oh, I said this on the last vlog, and I really do need to next do the fucking Squape X dripper. I really do. So that's going to be a thing. But yeah, otherwise, I have no idea. I'll have to look at my little list.
My next review shall be for the Corona by Steam Pipes. It's a thing, as somebody once said. And Jeff Towes keeps asking, have I tried the Steam Pipes, the Change? No, would be the answer to that. I actually have no idea what that is.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I have got, talking about pipes, there is a very, very nice subscriber, very nice viewer, who is sending me across a triple parallel 18650 pipe made for sub-ohming. Oh, how good's that going to be? Clones! It's gonna be a bit of spiky bits on it.
I tried telling him, I told him you were a fanny and not to send you anything, but he wouldn't listen to me.
It's gonna be awesome. Roy Hawkins asks where he buys Nata in the UK.
Just add Nick.
Boom. There you go. Just so then you've just got to add your nicotine and some VG to it, and boom, sorted. Kanisha Grantham asks, how do you stop arcing on a mech? Generally, that's down to poor connections, dirty connections, or crazy low builds, or crap material.
Yep.
But there is generally, especially with these kind of squonkers where the contact point is on a curve on the 510, there's usually a little bit of arcing on there, but just give it a bit of a clean. Keep on top of the cleaning of it.
I'm just reading some of the comments. Panzer, I am not getting into that conversation.
Mr. Canuck wants you to say what your wife thought of the big crazy thing you got from Germany.
She thought it was ridiculous. She just thought it was ridiculous. Anyway, Smoking Drummer keeps asking. He does keep asking something. Oh, there we go. Do you think there will be any more technological developments in vaping?
No. I think we'll get improvements on what we currently have, but I don't think there'll be anything technology-wise that's suddenly going to raise the bar considerably. We can't have solar charging on batteries. We can't use capacitors instead of battery cells. We can't do any of that sort of stuff. So I can't see anything technology-wise sort of changing, but I think we will see improvements on what we already have got. So we'll see boards that do better temp control. We'll see boards that manage the power a little bit better. So when you look at something like the Osmodus Minikin V2, that's amazing with battery life. And I think we'll see more of that kind of thing coming on, but I don't think we're going to have anything new and kind of, anything knocking your face off.
I think our friend Schwartz is absolutely correct. We'll be vaping through our arse next. Administrator, striator.
No, hang on. There was something else. Where'd it go? I was looking at something else. Ah, shit. Someone asked if the sport button worked on your car.
Yes, it did. It worked great.
That's fantastic. So the administrator said, update on the Dead Rabbit. Have you found yourself using it much since you've reviewed it? Yes, I have actually. There you go. In fact, I've got it on my my Therian Squonker right at the moment.
I gave both of mine away.
Right, don't forget to get those questions coming in, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be going very, very shortly. But just, in fact, seeing as we're coming up to the end, I will tell you, I do now have a Patreon. If you've been watching the channel or been watching my website or Vaping Biker Facebook page, all of the links are in the description down below. I did ask my subscribers about Patreon because I was unsure about whether I was going to do it. I do it. Now I've started that. I've started producing content for the various levels within that, and I'm kind of feeling my way through there. But there is no change if you're a normal viewer and you just want to carry on watching the Vaping Biker channel. It will remain exactly the same to you. It's just if you go onto Patreon, you do get to see a few other bits and bobs just because you're being good enough to support the channel. I throw some other little Easter eggs in there for you as well. But that is improving the more I go through it. And yes, all the links for that and the PayPal me are down below. And so, yeah, it's just another way of it's another income stream that helps me keep this channel going. Obviously, I do work my socks off. I'm not a lazy fucker that just sits there and waits for benefits to be paid and all that sort of stuff. I'm pushing myself out there to make sure that I can keep working because I enjoy working. I enjoy doing stuff. And so, yeah, this is just something else that I've, add to my everything else that I already do in order to fund the channel and keep a house over their heads and all that sort of good stuff. So, yes, there we go. It's there. So thank you very much for those of you that have started with that already. It's much appreciated. Boom. There we go then.
Yeah. I just like to point out that he gives me nothing. I get nothing.
No, it's because you get hugs, you get friendship, and you get a little bit of a nipple twist when I see you.
That just doesn't work out. It's just not a good deal. I'm sorry. I'm speaking to the union. That's what I'm doing.
You are the union. You run vaping in the UK. What are you on about? William Langley asks whether the 24mm Kennedy cap will fit on the Rashomon. I have no idea. I don't have a Kennedy cap. I certainly don't have a 24mm Kennedy cap. So no, I couldn't tell you. I think one of the Trinity glass tanks caps do, but that's about as much as I can tell you. So anything else going on here? Crazy Canuck, I understand what you're saying there, buddy. I'm in chronic pain regularly, and that's why my upload content is nowhere near like I'd like it to be. I'd love to be able to push out a bunch of videos every week, but unfortunately my illness means that I don't get to do that. Daniel,
here's a good one. There's a good one. Can I?
Go on then.
A good one to end on.
Ah.
Daniel's question.
Yes.
You go first.
Right. So, Mr. Vaping Biker and Todd's Reviews, what made you start reviewing products? Okay. You sure you want me to go first? You don't want to go first?
I'll go first then. Free shit. That was it. I wanted free shit, so I started reviewing. I could never get away with saying that on my own channel. I started reviewing because it was just somebody asked me on UK Vapors, the forum. There was a UK V1, an original forum before it got shut down. And somebody asked, I bought something, somebody asked me to do a quick video for it. It was a Carto tank. I showed that off, and then somebody said, well, why didn't you keep doing it? So for the next year, I just kept spending an awful lot of money on buying gear to just review. And then after about a year and a half, I started to get stuff sent to me. So then I was able to just keep doing it, and then it just took off. But that was back in 2000. Well, I started in 2012. 2013, 2014 was really the heyday for reviewing. That's when it just went crazy.
Yeah.
But that was it, and I've never regretted it. That's a lie. I don't know. I love it. I wouldn't change it for everything in the world. But that's me. How about you?
Excellent. Well, when I started my very first kit, and I showed this on the vape team show the other night because I found it again recently. This is my very first vaping kit, which was so bad. It was so shit. Essentially, the mouthpiece or the drip tip there, you used to buy different ones of these, and you would fill these. You'd fill the drip tip with juice, and then your coil and what have you was in this section, and your battery was in the end there, and it was terrible. It was absolutely shocking. And so once I kind of progressed onto that, I kind of got a real big bug about the vaping thing. And my original thought was I was going to do a channel based solely on motorbikes, on reviewing kind of custom motorbike stuff, custom motorbike things and add-ons and extras and stuff and shit and things. And because I was enjoying vaping so much, I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll have a little bit of a practice with this old vaping malarkey, and then we'll see how we go from there. And I found that I really enjoyed doing it. And you know, I looked forward and thought, you know what, this is something that I think I'm going to enjoy doing for quite some time. So yeah, it was a conscious decision to be part of my kind of social media life and moving forward from there.
It's funny because I actually remember the Ego Tornado, basically what you showed off.
Yeah.
I remember when you used to buy 2 of them, they used to come in a kit, and they were about £50 for the pair.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy expensive and just so bad. It was the fault. Hey,
on you go, buddy.
It was the fault of that particular piece of kit that when I very first started, I think that was back in 2010, that when I first started, I think I was away in Germany working, and I was using that, and I'd had months of problems with the coils burning out and basically just getting super burnt taste. And the shop that sold it to me was just saying, well, the batteries are too strong, so we keep getting the wrong ones given to us, because at the time we didn't really seem to understand that it was kind of, you know, exactly how they worked. It was all a bit magic. And so, yeah, I was working in Germany, was vaping on it solidly for 2 weeks with just burnt hits. And in the end, the fact that super cheap cigarettes kind of got hold of me. So I went back to smoking for a little while after that. But that was a bit of a nightmare.
Well, I just, a little shout out. Just want to say there's Tracy Belt. Hello. I just had to do that. Sorry.
Fair enough. Flying Subo says, Todd's reviews of Vape and Biker. See you both on the 29th. We can talk bikes, vape and bollocks, and drink beer. That sounds reasonable enough for me. And a congratulations to Crazy Canuck, because on the 7th of October, that will be his 5-year vaping anniversary. Good work on you, Crazy Canuck. That's fantastic. That's great. Right. Oh, Gary Muntz has just asked how long Nata takes to steep. We do you know we are. We don't buy the stuff you have to mix yourself.
Yeah. I just vape mine as soon as I got it. I haven't actually found that it gets much better with any kind of steeping, which is strange. But
yours wasn't the Just Add Nick stuff, though, was it? Yours was the pre-made.
Yes.
There you go then. Why would you want to steep it?
Because they could have made it the day before they sent it.
Fair enough. Where'd it come from?
Canada.
How long did it take to get there?
Next 2 days.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off then. I was trying to be a smart ass then.
Yeah. I don't actually know how long it took. I was just trying to shoot you down in flames for being smart.
Yeah. Sinistrals does say we've got to go. Last one. Do you think new vapors have it better than when you guys started up long ago? If that was just to Mr. Todd, that would have been long ago.
What's that song? What's this? Who sings that? Long time ago. I know.
Oh, John Denver.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
There you go. Yes, vapors nowadays have it way better. Although one of the difficult things I think now that vapors have is there's too much choice. If you're coming into the market and you don't know what you're looking for, there is so much choice out there now. It must be super difficult to try and kind of get your head around what's going to work for you, because kind of way back when it was kind of mouth to lung or a little bit looser mouth to lung, and that was your lot. And now you've got from that through to just foghorn level.
Yeah, that's everything in life, though, isn't it? If you've been doing be it a job or cars or anything in life, you know, you're going to be, whoever comes behind you is going to naturally have it a bit better. So that's the benefit of being an old fart. That's
the sound bank from Mr. Todd is whoever comes behind you is gonna have it better.
Right, shut up. I'm going. I hate this channel. Come and watch me. I'm better. This show sucks.
Right. So thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. You're all a bunch of superstars. So thank you again for everyone that's contributed and helped with the channel via Patreon and through PayPal. It really does help a massive amount. And hopefully I can carry on and develop what I'm doing, so I'm making more, better, and regular content than I am currently, and I can keep pushing forward with that as long as my illness allows. So thank you so much for everybody that stuck with us on this show as well, and for all the questions that we've answered. So I think that's about it. Are you going to I'll do the Have It Large, and I'll put the camera on Mr. Todd just so we can get a nice big cloud shot. Boom.
Ready to go. Here we go. 55 watts.
All righty. Have it large. Whoosh.